That moment when he just, oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's so cinematically delicious.
Well, hello, my name is Russ Milheim. I'm from the Direct. Thank you so much for talking to me today about the movie.
Hello, Russ. How are you? I like your backdrop.
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff I collect, so
It's great.
gotta show it off.
Good on you.
Now, with this film, going into this sequel, how would you say it has evolved over the first entry from stuff like lore expansion to growing these characters and like new faces?
So what you're asking that is valuable is how did we, what were the decisions involved in growing the second film from the first one? And what I love about any job I would do is how do I elevate material? Otherwise, I really shouldn't be there. And all joking aside, but I'm still have a sense of humor about everything. So when I have a script, anything, whatever it is, for film to TV. But when I receive a script and it pulls me or compels me, part of what compels me is that I'm able to see through the eye of the needle in a way that everything comes visually. And so then I'm just pursuing these visuals that I already live and walk with. So there's no part of the process that's unfamiliar to me. There's no process. So the point of me taking a job is that I believe my skill set, my subjective life experience is equipped to help elevate that material. And then I set out about with everyone who's on the job to carry out such.
Yeah.
So I love the idea of, taking everything that Gina put forward and Greg put forward in the first film, and then just growing it is how I communicate what I did and what I want to do and what I hope we did, is to just take all the wonderful nuggets of what was already presented and then just expand and grow them. And I believe that is the point of a second film. Otherwise, I don't know. Because when you're just repeating flat out, it's like that's when audiences are pissed off, and I would be pissed off as an audience
Yeah.
member.
There's been a whopping 5 year gap since the last film. Why the long wait?
Well, I think that we're not unique in that we got caught sort of. I believe our Formula One friends, which Graham Kelly, who worked for us on Old Guard 2, is my car guy.
Yeah.
He worked on Formula One. They were very close to us, neck and neck, as far as when they were filming right after us, and their schedule, and then they went dark and the same. So we got caught up. A lot of us got caught up in the strike, and it was to some degree 1 year for many of us. It was 18 months to some other people in the industry, certain productions, and so there were a number of reasons that we just got. And also, the 5 years, the time it took to write it, the time it took to get the script approved. There's so many other things that occurred in practical terms of what has to happen to get a movie up and running and then
Yeah.
out to audiences.
I gotta ask about the ending. It ends with this massive cliffhanger and set up for kind of an immediate sequel. Can you talk about why you felt that ending was the perfect choice for this installment?
There were so many discussions about how we would leave audiences and what the strongest emotion to leave them with. And to some degree, that ending brings about wonderment and hope and joy. And not that those three things are the only three factors important to an ending or this ending. It's just that those particular three emotions in different ratios, allow for something that inspires people in a way that I believe everyone benefits from at this moment in time. I mean, I actually I don't want to see a dark, gut wrenching ending right now in a movie like this. I don't want to see something that just leaves me like, there's just maybe a few years ago, maybe a few years in the future, but at this moment it seemed like a wonderful thing. And there are many discussions, there are many people involved, and everyone landed at the exact same point and with the same wish. And I enjoyed how those two actors were in that scene, and I enjoy how it's cut together, and I enjoy when I watch it. And
Well, so you mentioned gut wrenching. I wanted to also address Booker's tragic death. Can you just talk about crafting his final moments and that character's, last beautiful arc and making sure it was exactly what you wanted it to be and it hit audiences as heavily as you wanted it to?
It's one of my favorite scenes, and it's funny because I could keep saying that every time. You could bring up another scene, I'm like, oh, it's one of my. So I'm just full disclosure, but what he did in that scene, what he's capable of doing as an actor, which each of them, in their different scenes respectively, just have the ability to just hit these moments that are just so solid and effortlessly. And I'm not saying they didn't go through a lot of labor to get to that, to that release or expression or offering, but when you're watching it just flows out of them. And so that entire sequence, which we could probably in the sweet tune of Mr. Joseph Campbell say is the hero's death. And I believe every beat from the moment up to there to the scene in the house before with him and Andy is like that scene with the two of them on the bed, and that's his way of that's when he comes to say, he's saying, I defer, and so I surrender, and then so when he goes down, true to Booker's form, it's just like some knife fight to the end. The way he goes down is such an exceptional expression of life. So it looks like could be suicidal or passive suicide in a way that he knows that he's walking into a room and he won't come out of that room. But what he does in that room is so filled with life and love, and I just find it quite moving. And straight up to the end, and when he was there, it was just him and I with Barry's there with the camera, and I'm standing off to the side, and I'm laying on the ground at Barry's feet, and Barry has the camera. And I'm asking him to hold his breath. Just hold your breath. Just hold your breath. Don't move. And you can hear it in the track where I'm holding for so long. We're trying to, see his vein go. And then but that moment when he just, oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's so cinematically delicious. I don't know what to tell you. That whole sequence.
It is a well done sequence. So I think you guys pulled it off.
Kudos to all the writers, the actor, and the crew, everybody.
Now, if there is the Old Guard 3, which obviously we all hope there is, because the stage is set, will fans have to wait as long, do you think? And then also, what do you personally want to explore next with these characters on a hypothetical level?
Well, I don't know. I'm not in the room. I'm not in that discussion of whether there'll be another or not. And this, because as you mentioned, the duration of this film took me from other projects I have. So I am legally obliged to some other projects. So I will be for the next 6-7 years on some other jobs. And so someone else will take that mantle in a wonderful, exciting way. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I know it'll be great and it'll be fun and it will be with great regard and care for the audience, and I will be eagerly awaiting it.